first interpellator is Congresswoman Jinky Bitrics Luistro. You are recognized and you have 10 minutes.
Mr. Chair, the presentation of PIDEA, although we acknowledge that there is clarity and it enlightens the committee on how POGO drugs are related, including the illegal acquisition of land, the volume of corporate layering, along with the corporate personalities, are truly overwhelming, Mr. Chair. So I wish to raise some questions which I will be deducing to the matrix that was presented by the PIDEA. First, among those, you mentioned, PIDEA, about controlled delivery. For the enlightenment of the Filipino people, although I understand that we have discussed this initially at the Dangerous Drugs Committee that was prior to the creation of Quadcom, kindly enlighten us again. Ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng controlled delivery?
Yes, Mr. Chair. According to Article 2 of the Organized Crime Convention describes controlled delivery as the technique for allowing suspicious shipments or cargo to leave, pass through, or enter a jurisdiction with the knowledge and supervision of authorities.
And with that, PIDEA, when did you acknowledge that suspicion that there will be entry of dangerous drugs in the country?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, this information is the lead agency on this operation, ma'am, is the National Bureau of Investigation. So they were the first to know what is coming to the Philippines.
So is it correct to say, PIDEA, that it was the NBI who acquired that information and thereafter they made the necessary coordination with the PIDEA, the BOC, and the NICA? Tama po ba iyon?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At least, PIDEA, can you please enlighten us, ano po bang information ang shinare sa inyo ng NBI that led to this operation?
They went to our office about 6 months before the operation. That is for coordination purposes and for joint operation, yes, Mr. Chair.
May we know what information was shared to you?
That there is a incoming shipments going to the Philippines, and they know the information regarding that matter, Mr. Chair.
Did they provide the port of unloading, the date of delivery, the shipper, the importer, the consignee? PIDEA?
Yes, ma'am.
So with that information given to PIDEA, from your end, ano pong ginawa ninyo?
Ours, ma'am, is just coordination with NBI. We let them do their task. And in support to NBI, that is what they are requesting us, is the controlled delivery, because it is only the Director General of PIDEA can approve the controlled delivery, ma'am.
By controlled delivery, PIDEA, would it be correct to say na yun pong intended na port of unloading ay kinokontrol na ng government and it is being unloaded somewhere else as directed by the government?
It is controlled by the agent or the action agent of NBI, ma'am. They are the one who are giving information and we are just receiving it. And the NBI is just coordinating with us what to do with it.
What therefore is the participation of the BOC, being the agency which has jurisdiction over importation?
As agreed upon, ma'am, they will be the one to intercept the cargo there in their jurisdiction. That is in Subic.
Did BOC indeed intercepted?
Yes,
shipment?
ma'am, together with other agencies, together with PDEA and BI.
You mentioned about this interception. During the interception of this shipment, present po ba itong apat na agencies, PDEA, NBI, BOC, and NICA?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you please enlighten us? Please describe the illegal shipment that was apprehended.
Ma'am, could NBI answer that question, ma'am? We are not really, we do not really know the exact information about that matter because it is an NBI operation.
But you said a while ago that it was jointly conducted by the four offices, the PIDEA, the NBI, the BOC, and the NICA. And you likewise said earlier that these four offices were present during the operation. Saan po ba nahuli ito?
In the wharf of Subic Port, ma'am.
Wharf of Subic Port. And I heard from your report that this was found in a warehouse in Mexico, Pampanga.
Yes, ma'am. That is because of control delivery. We know that already that is in the Subic. We accounted for it together with the four agencies. And through control delivery operation, ma'am, it is already the PIDEA who is controlling the delivery.
PIDEA, if we are aware, ano po talaga yung port of unloading na nakalagay sa bill of lading nito?
Subic Bay Port, ma'am.
Subic Bay Port. And since it is a controlled delivery, it was directed to be unloaded or to be brought to the Empire 999 warehouse in Mexico, Pampanga. Tama po ba?
No, ma'am, because the first area that it should be delivered is Tondo, Manila.
So what is actually written on the bill of lading? Saan po dapat ang delivery nito?
Tondo, Manila, ma'am.
Tondo, Manila. Then why did it go to Subic, Pampanga?
Along the way, in route to Tondo, Manila, ma'am, according to the NBI, the action agents told them that it would be directed to Mexico, Pampanga.
So was the delivery unloaded in Tondo or in Subic, Pampanga?
First, ma'am, it is unloaded in Subic.
And then?
Then it is carried by the vehicle going to Tondo. But along the way, it was diverted to Mexico, Pampanga.
I see. It was unloaded in Subic, and then while it was on its way to Tondo, you shifted going to Mexico, Pampanga. Again, that is under the concept of controlled delivery.
First, there is a control delivery going to Tondo, Manila, ma'am. Then we changed the control delivery from Tondo, Manila going to Mexico, Pampanga.
Can you please enlighten us? Sino po ang shipper? Sino ang importer? At saan po ang warehouse dapat nito?
That information, ma'am, is with the National Bureau of Investigation.
I understand. PIDEA, since you are saying that under the concept of controlled delivery, instead of bringing this to Tondo, Manila, you brought the shipment to Mexico, Pampanga, specifically Empire 999 warehouse. Tama po ba?
Yes, ma'am. Warehouse number 2 of Empire 999.
Among the four offices, which actually directed that the shipment be brought to Mexico, Pampanga?
It was the National Bureau of Investigation.
The National Bureau of Investigation. And can you please walk us through ano pong nangyari when this shipment was already brought to Mexico, Pampanga, Empire 999?
We waited for more or less 3 days that somebody will take it from inside the warehouse. So we have the surveillance team there, we have the camera.
For how many days, sir?
Almost 3 days, ma'am, because we have extended the control delivery operation for almost 3 times.
Three
That
times.
is the request of NBI, ma'am.
Okay. So
Then-
it's like an entrapment, sir? Reason why you brought it to Empire 999?
Yes, ma'am. That is the purpose, ma'am. To
You are
entrap those who will
waiting
get
as
it.
to the person who can possibly come and take custody of the illegal shipment. Tama po?
Yes, ma'am.
May dumating po bang tao?
None, ma'am.
Wala po. Then what did you do with the shipment?
Then we get into the warehouse and remove and take and account again the illegal drugs, ma'am.
Nevertheless, Pidea, since wala pong dumating na tao to take the shipment, of course, I understand you inquire into the ownership of Empire 999, kung saan nadala po at natagpuan itong illegal shipment na ito upon the directive of the NBI, as you have said. Sino
Yes,
po
ma'am.
ang may-ari ng Empire 999?
It was later found out, ma'am, that it is Willie Ong, ma'am.
Willie Ong and ADT Yang, tama po ba? Among the incorporators?
Initially, ma'am, it is only Willie Ong that we know. Then with what we have researched, and according to other sources, he has again about 5 incorporators in that Empire 999.
Who is Willie Ong, Pidea?
Willie Ong, ma'am, also known as Kai Kiming, is one of the 5 identified incorporators of Empire 999 Realty Incorporated. And we have researched, ma'am, that he has also a lot of co-incorporators.
I wish to believe that you have looked into the articles of incorporation of Empire 999 already.
Yes, ma'am.
And may I know if you have checked already the citizenship, the nationality of Willie Ong?
Ma'am, it was the NBI who has the follow-up of the operation.
But on the basis of the information that was shared to you already by the NBI, would you know kung ano pong nationality ni Willie Ong?
We do have no knowledge of that, ma'am.
May we hear from NBI? NBI, have we checked the nationality of Willie Ong?
Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, for the NBI, may I ask that Attorney Jonathan Galicia, the head of our task force anti-illegal drugs, be recognized?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, the NBI is waiting to be recognized.
Oh, yeah, Attorney Galicia, you're recognized. Please respond to the question of Congresswoman Luistro.
Have we checked on the nationality of Willie Ong?
Yes, Your Honor.
How about the nationality of ADT Yang?
Yes, Your Honor.
May we know the extent of ownership of Willie Ong over Empire 999?
I don't have the records right now, Mr. Chairman, but we already submitted our findings to the committee.
Would you know, NBI, whether this Empire 999 is a Filipino corporation or otherwise?
It's supposedly it's a Filipino owned corporation, but it turns out that all the incorporators of the company are Chinese national, Mr.
And
Chairman.
having said that, Attorney Galicia, would it be correct to say that Empire 999 is not a Filipino corporation and instead a Chinese corporation?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And this brings us to the next question. Paano po kaya sila nakapag-incorporate considering that they are all Chinese nationals?
Your Honor, based on our investigation, they were able to secure a birth certificate which they falsified. But after verifying with the National Statistics Office, we were able to found out that those birth certificates were spurious.
And this corporate identity of Empire 999 was used to be able to acquire the warehouse which was formerly owned by architect Alex Tumang. Tama po ba yun, NBI?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I wish to manifest that we are at the point where we are connecting already the dangerous drugs with the illegal acquisition of land. We may recall that the 560 kilos of shabu were found in Empire 999 owned by Chinese nationals, all Chinese nationals. Among them are Willie Ong and ADT Yang. And for the record, Mr. Chair, ADT Yang is involved in the acquisition, or should I say illegal acquisition of land, to be particular 320 land holdings in Mexico, Pampanga, Mr. Chair. So, well, there is implication already in dangerous drugs because of having found this 560 kilos of shabu in Empire 999, owned by Willie Ong and ADT Yang. It must be stressed that Willie Ong illegally acquired the warehouse using its corporate identity when in fact they are all Chinese nationals. Tama po ba ito, NBI?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And in addition to that, another incorporator in the person of ADT Yang was able to acquire 320 land holdings. Well, it is also through Empire 999. This is worth billions. Through Mayor Tumang and the brother architect Alex Tumang. Tama po ba ito, NBI?
That's being investigated now by the NBI, Mr. Chairman.
Perhaps we can ask the LRA. Can we hear from LRA? There are information, Mr. Chair, that Empire 999 likewise acquired 320 land holdings worth billions. This is apart from the Empire 999 warehouse, which incorporator among belong Willie Ong and ADT Yang. LRA, would you confirm na meron pong 320 land holdings ang Empire 999?
As regards the count, Your Honor, we do not have the exact figure, but what I can remember is I already sent email to Attorney Dumali of AMLAC respecting the land holdings of Empire 999.
Mr. Chair, perhaps we can hear from Attorney Dumali. Can you give us a complete account of the land holdings acquired by Empire 999, which we must emphasize is not a Filipino corporation, but instead a Chinese corporation, considering that all incorporators are Chinese nationals?
Mr. Chair, please allow me to access the email sent by LRA as regards the actual number of titles. But if you may recall, Mr. Chair, the instruction came during the first Quadcom meeting in Pampanga, wherein the Quadcom instructed the LRA, the AMLAC, and the PAOC to coordinate as regards those properties. The list was provided by LRA on August 19, and in August 20, the same was forwarded to PAOC, Mr. Chair.
LRA, can you at least confirm na maraming land holdings ang pag-aari ng Empire 999? Tama po ba ito? Without being certain about the number of land holdings.
Yes, Your Honor, we confirm that.
And can you please enlighten us, kailan po ba nag-umpisa itong illegal acquisition of land holding?
Your Honor, may I be allowed to access my email to confirm the exact date?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Let us give her time to access. Wish to go back to the LRA. Have we checked the email?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you please enlighten the committee? Kailan po nag-umpisang mag-acquire illegally ng property ang Empire 999 owned by Chinese nationals Willie Ong and ADT Yang at Mexico, Pampanga?
It appears from our records, Your Honor, that the earliest title issued to Empire 999 was in 2016.
2016. And I believe that in 2016, the mayor is Mayor Tumang. And can you please enlighten us, ilan po ba ang nai-transfer na lupa sa Empire 999?
Based on the list that we submitted on the Dangerous Drugs Committee, Your Honor, there are actually 30 titles. In the
30
name-
titles.
In the name of Empire 999, 8 of which are already canceled.
May we know the reason for the cancellation?
We do not have the exact information right now, Your Honor.
When did the cancellation happen? Kailan po nangyari yung cancellation ng 8 titles?
Various years, Your Honor, but the earliest was in 2016, referring to property in Cabanatuan.
Would it be because they transferred it to another party? The reason for the cancellation?
Possible, Your Honor.
So it's not because of the illegal acquisition of land issue that we are hearing here at Quadcom.
Yes, Your Honor.
It has no relation at all. Ma'am, ito pong 30 titles na ito, so far issued to Empire 999 during that time. Can you please enlighten us, ilan po ang equivalent hectares or square meters nito?
I'm actually getting the exact area right now, Your Honor. My personnel is making computations, and because these properties are located in different localities, like we have in Cabanatuan, May Kawayan, Makati.
Cabanatuan, May Kawayan, Makati.
Yes, Makati and Taguig, Your Honor.
May we know, ma'am, kung ilan po yung titles na nasa Mexico, Pampanga?
For Mexico, we have we have 9 titles, Your Honor.
9 titles for Mexico,
Yes,
Pampanga.
Your Honor. And out of those 9 titles,
Kindly come up with the equivalent number of hectares or square meters for the 9 titles in Mexico, Pampanga.
yes, Your Honor, we will provide it.
And that is from 2016 onwards.
Yes, Your Honor. But
And
I
that
can,
is during the time of Mayor Tumang.
yes, but I can only guarantee the exact area that we can provide, respecting only those properties situated in Mexico, Pampanga, Your Honor. For the rest, we will try to coordinate so that we will submit the exact area respecting these properties.
Mr. Chair, I wish to stress that Mayor Tumang knowingly supported the illegal acquisition of land by ADT Young, Willie Ong, Empire 999 in Mexico, Pampanga, sometime in 2016 onwards. This is on the basis of the fact, Mr. Chair, that they went to Fujian, China in 2017 when he had a prior number of encounters already with ADT Young, which I believe provided him ample information that he is indeed a Chinese national, Mr. Chair. Sa kabila po ng maliwanag na kaalaman sa part ni ADT Young, ni Mayor Tumang, back in 2017, nung unang nagpunta siya sa Fujian, China, along with ADT Young, plus the fact na maraming beses na rin niya itong nakasama even before the travel, he supported the acquisition of land by Empire 999, equivalent to 9 titles in Mexico, Pampanga. And in addition to this, Mr. Chair, having known the fact that ADT Young is indeed a Chinese national, let us likewise consider the fact na ito pong warehouse na pag-aari ng Empire 999 used to be owned by the brother of ADT Young by the name Architect Alex Tumang. So, Mr. Chair, I think with the consequence of events, nakilala ni Mayor Tumang si ADT Young 2017, And in 2016 onwards, nagkaroon ng illegal acquisition of land ang Empire 999 equivalent to 8 titles in Mexico, Pampanga. And I wish to submit, Mr. Chair, na lahat po ng transfer ng tax declaration at the very least ay nalalaman po ng mayor or the local chief executive. And plus the fact na ang mismong warehouse na pag-aari ng Empire 999 ay nabili sa mismong kapatid ni Mayor Tumang. I believe, Mr. Chair, that we have sufficient basis to believe that Mayor Tumang is implicated in the illegal acquisition of land, and at least we can consider him a person of interest with respect to the violation of Dangerous Drugs Act, where shipment was found in Empire 999 sometime in September 24, 2023, Mr. Chair. Having said all this, Mr. Chair, I wish to go to AMLA. Considering all this information, AMLA, tayo po ba ay mayroon ng na-isyong freeze order with respect to Empire 999, its incorporators, including the former mayor of Mexico, Pampanga?
Mr. Chair, as of now, we have yet to issue a freeze order, but we want to assure this committee that the Anti-Money Laundering Council is conducting its investigation on the matter.
Mr. Chair, I lament that we've been investigating this issue since before the quadruple committee during the time of the separate investigation by the Committee on Public Accounts. This representation is likewise a member of Public Accounts, and I recall having requested already the initiative of AMLA to secure the assets of these personalities whom we believe there is sufficient basis already that the money is involved in illegal activity. Mr. Chair, I wish to remind the AMLA of Section 2, Section 10 of the AMLA law. Attorney, can you please enlighten us? Paano po ba tayo nag-a-apply ng freeze order?
Madam Chair, the power of the Anti-Money Laundering Council to file a petition for freeze order should be anchored on the fact that there is probable cause that a fund or property is in any way related to unlawful activity.
When we say probable cause, AMLA, who is supposed to determine that probable cause?
There are two kinds of freezing that may be done by the AMLAC, in accordance with AMLA, Mr. Chair. In case of illegal drugs as predicate offense, we filed the petition for freeze order before the Court of Appeals. But of course, initially, we have to determine if there's probable cause, and we have to prove that before the Court of Appeals when we file the petition.
Which court will determine the probable cause? Are you referring to the RTC or to the Court of Appeals where the petition for freeze order is supposed to be filed or pending?
The Court of Appeals, Mr. Chair.
The Court of Appeals. So, can we request the Secretariat to kindly flash Section 10 of AMLA? Please educate us, AMLA. Ang sabi po dito sa Section 10, upon a verified ex parte petition by the AMLAC, and after determination that probable cause exists, that any monetary instrument or property is in any way related to an unlawful activity as defined in Section 3, paragraph I hereof, the Court of Appeals may issue a freeze order which shall be effective immediately. As a matter of fact, it has to be resolved within 24 hours. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
It has to be resolved within 24 hours for a period only of 20 days. Pending the summary hearing. Balikan po natin yung probable cause. Is it not that ang Court of Appeals din ang magre-resolve ng probable cause in the same verified ex parte petition?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We have to file the petition before the Court of Appeals.
So if so, AMLA, what is causing you delay?
Mr. Chair, we beg for your indulgence. If you may recall, in the previous hearings, we have to wait for the unlawful activity that has to be filed in coordination with the National Bureau
Mr.
of
Chair, I wish to remind the AMLA that Empire 999 is owned by Chinese nationals, and Empire 999 owned or was able to procure 8 titles representing ownership of land in Mexico, Pampanga. That is apart from the other land ownership located in other provinces within the Philippines. Ano pong inaantay natin, AMLA, na unlawful activity?
Mr. Chair, we have explained this previously. The ownership of foreign nationals of real properties, which they may had because of falsification of documents.
That's precisely the point, AMLA. We are proceeding actually to the second unlawful activity, that is falsification. So I do not understand really what are we waiting for. We have here the illegal acquisition of land. We have the falsification of public document.
Mr. Chair, in the previous hearings, if may recall, it is the position of the AMLC that such act is not among the unlawful activities of money laundering.
So can you please enlighten the committee? Ano po ba yung unlawful activities under anti-money laundering? And is it your intention to make us believe na ito pong freeze order, petition for freeze order, ay ginagamit lang doon sa unlawful activity as defined under AMLA?
Mr. Chair, the enumeration of unlawful activities is strict in the AMLC. So if there's a crime outside the enumeration of unlawful activity, the AMLA has no jurisdiction to conduct money laundering investigation, Mr. Chair.
As far as I remember, Mr. Chair, mayroon po tayo ditong violation of dangerous drugs. Tama po ba? September 24, 2023. And I believe that is one of the, among the several offenses that were enumerated in the AMLA law. Would you confirm that, sir?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We would like to apprise also that as far as the investigation of AMLAC is concerned, although we are already nearing, at least on the civil forfeiture, at least on the warehouse, Mr. Chair.
We are very much concerned, AMLA, about preserving the assets of these persons of interest, which will happen after the CA is able to resolve the petition for the issuance of freeze order. Tama po ba? The freeze order has a duration of 60 days only. Tama? And this will be followed by the court, which will acquire jurisdiction over the main case proper na mag-i-issue po ng preservation of assets order. Am I correct, AMLA?
The initial freeze is for a period of 20 days, Mr. Chair, and within that period, we may file a petition for extension, which, if granted, may be granted by the court for a period of maximum 6 months, Mr. Chair.
Nonetheless, the maximum period is 6 months. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And within the period of 6 months, we should be able to file a case at the RTC.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have to file either a petition for civil forfeiture with the RTC, or if the investigation is already completed, we can file money laundering investigation. Money laundering case.
Including the unlawful activity. Tama po ba?
We don't file unlawful activity, Mr. Chair, just the money laundering.
But at least the other agencies in the Philippine government can, like the violation of dangerous drugs,
Yes,
falsification of public document.
The layers are the one filing the unlawful activity, Mr. Chair.
Please enlighten us, AMLA. Bakit po, in a layman's term, bakit po hindi tayo maka-apply ng freeze order considering the apparent violation of dangerous drugs, the apparent violation of falsification of public documents, and the apparent acquisition of land by foreign nationals?
Mr. Chair, we beg for indulgence because this investigation is a very complex investigation. It involves a lot of...
And that is why, AMLA, we need to secure the assets, di ba? Because if we incur too much delay, we might find ourselves without control and hold anymore to the assets which were illegally acquired?
Yes, Mr. Chair, again, we beg for indulgence, but we want to assure the committee that Anti-Money Laundering Council is working, and we are about to file the necessary banking credit
With all due respect, Mr. Chair, to the AMLA, we started investigating this Empire 999 back in August of 2023. And now is November of 2024. And I do not find it reasonable waiting for more than a year, almost a year, to be able to file at least the immediate remedy of freeze order. Di po ba the purpose of this freeze order is to be able to immediately secure the assets of these persons in interest? Tama po ba yon?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Ibig sabihin, AMLA, there is the nature of urgency. Tama po ba yon?
I agree, Mr. Chair.
And I do not believe that we're still responding to that nature of urgency, having waited for until November 2024 when we started the investigation in August of 2023.
Again, Mr. Chair, we beg for indulgence. We are meticulously conducting our investigation so that we will be able in each of these properties and probably bank accounts that we will recommend for bank equity and freeze order.
right.
Everything is in order and we have a strong case, Mr. Chair.
According to LRA, they have forwarded to you already the information concerning the illegally acquired lands. Do you confirm that?
They forwarded the list of properties, Mr. Chair.
Yes. So wala na po tayong problema pagdating sa real properties, di po ba?
We already have the list, Mr. Chair, but again, please, we have to establish that these are in any way, each are in any way related to the unlawful activity.
I am not asking the AMLA to file the main case. I am not asking the AMLA to file the violation of anti-money laundering law yet. I am not asking the AMLA to file the falsification, the violation of dangerous drugs, and the other main cases. What I find it strange, why to this date, you have not even filed an ex parte petition for freeze order of the assets of persons of interest. Again, ito po'y inaalaw ng AMLA law because we want to address urgency. Now, where is urgency if we need to wait for around a year to be able to file at least the petition for the issuance of freeze order?
Again, Mr. Chair, we beg for your indulgence. We are meticulously conducting our investigation because we want to establish that all these funds and property that we'll recommend for freeze order are in any way related to the unlawful activity, Mr. Chair.
Narinig niyo po ba kanina yung LRA? May sinasabi po silang titles which were canceled already? Are you
Yes.
not alarmed? Baka po by the time mag-file kayo ng ex parte petition, wala kayong abutang lupa because all the titles of Empire 999 have been canceled by the LRA already. We are the government, Mr. Chair. And I believe we have all the necessary remedies to secure all these assets which were used illegally or at least illegally acquired by these Chinese nationals. Mr. Chair, can we ask the AMLA when they intend to file the petition for freeze order?
AMLA.
Mr. Chair,
Please proceed.
Mr. Chair, can I just personally approach the honorable congressman because we don't want we don't want the possible respondents to check our actions, Mr. Chair.
We will welcome,
with
Mr.
the-
Chair, receiving those informations in private along with the chairman of the committee.
Okay, we'll ask you to discuss this issue with the Congresswoman from Batangas at the appropriate time. In the meantime, ang tanong po kasi ni Congresswoman Luistro, it's more than a year since we started conducting this investigation. And you were asked earlier if there was already an action taken by the AMLAC. Ang sabi nyo, you are meticulously investigating, conducting your investigation. She asked you again, when will be the filing of a freeze order be done by the AMLAC on the assets of the subject corporation? Ang sabi nyo, meticulously investigating pa rin. Now, baka yung sobrang meticulous yung pag-iimbestiga nyo, maubos na yung property ni Empire 999 at maibenta na sa iba. And that is exactly the reason why we are all asking you to take the immediate action that you should in order to prevent this from happening. You know, we have information na those involved in other illegal activities, especially yung mga kawani ng gobyerno na kung saan ay naakusahan, naka-akusahan pa lamang sila, ay na-freeze kaagad yung kanilang bank accounts, no? Pero ito, na klarong-klaro na hindi po Pilipino, bumili ng lupa, fraudulently acquired Filipino citizenship, na-discover na merong droga o drugs doon sa loob ng kanyang pagmamayaring warehouse. Isn't this all enough basis? Or if you're saying probable cause lang, di ba? Klarong-klaro yan, Attorney Dumale.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we do understand the necessity of the action of the AMLC, but if you will recall, Mr. Chair, we have waited first for the filing of the unlawful activity in coordination with the NBI, which was filed, I think, last third quarter of this year, Mr. Chair. So that's why we are able to establish one of the elements, which is the existence of unlawful activity, Mr. Chair.
That's another issue because we will also call the attention of the NBI in this particular Empire 999 case, no? We've been waiting for them to file a case against the incorporators of this Empire 999. I don't know. Have we been, Comsec, have we been, has the NBI informed the committee about a case that was filed against Empire 999? Meron ba tayong information?
Wala. Sir, I will check the records first.
Sige. So, later, sige, attorney, please approach Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr. Chair, I just want to manifest that the provision referred to by AMLA, RA 9160, unlawful activities as defined under AMLA includes violation of Securities and Regulation Code. Is it not that this law was apparently violated when they misrepresented themselves as Chinese nationals in making it appear that Empire 999 is a Filipino corporation which enabled them to acquire the real properties which are supposedly exclusive for Filipino nationals only? It makes mention as well, Mr. Chair, violation of Dangerous Drugs Act. And at the very least, Mr. Chair, it makes mention about felonies or offenses of a similar nature that are punishable under the penal laws of other countries. I am inclined to believe that the last provision of this long enumeration intends to provide us flexibility in order to address similar situations, Mr. Chair.
I absolutely agree with you, Congresswoman Luistro. So, anong masasabi niyo dyan, Attorney Dumale?
Mr. Chair, first on the SRC violation. SRC violation, that is lawful activity of the AMLC, refers to investment scheme similar to Ponzi, Mr. Chair. The falsification of birth records establish a corporation, supposedly a Filipino corporation, could be a violation of the corporation code but not the SRC, Mr. Chair.
Nevertheless, Mr. Chair, to be able to engage in all these investments, which are under the jurisdiction of the Securities and Exchange Commission, they were able to use this illegally incorporated corporation. Di po ba? So it entails violation not only the Philippine Corporation Code, but also the Securities and Exchange Securities Regulation Code. I do not understand, Mr. Chair, why AMLA, with all due respect, seems to be so passive that instead of finding ways to be able to use this beautiful law, and I believe responsive AMLA law, to all these given situations, they're trying to reject the possibility of using the same to secure the assets of these persons in interest, Mr. Chair. Nevertheless, Mr. Chair, we will be welcoming the information that they intend to volunteer to the committee in private. Meantime, Mr. Chair, due to the interest of time and to give time to my fellow members, I will be yielding to the other members of the committee.